Knifedope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. Knifedope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. I was perusing my YouTube Studios content page earlier today, trying to come up with new ideas for videos, you know. I feel that maybe I wanted to, you know, change it a little bit, give you guys a change of pace. And then I decided that I was going to give you guys a front flipper video on some of my favorite front flippers in my collection. And then I quickly realized that I've already done 2 videos on front flippers. So much for new video ideas. But I'm determined to do it. Primarily because I didn't realize how many front flippers I'm having or that I've accumulated in my collection. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that these companies are, that's what they're giving us. They're giving us a lot of button locks and a lot of front flippers. And so because of that, I've got a lot of button locks and a lot of front flippers in the collection. Not so many button locks, definitely a lot of front flippers. So being that I've already done 2 videos, the guideline I set for myself is I did not want to use any knives that were in these previous videos, regardless of how good they are. So that was the criteria for it. And because of that, these first 3 are just honorable mentions. These were ones that were in previous videos, but I do want to give them their shine because they damn sure would have made the list again. First up is this one. This one itself wasn't in my previous video because this one just dropped. This is the premium version to the Kubi Royal, aka the Royale. This is the Colin Mason Pierre design, and it's fucking fantastic. Legendary status, you know. This knife itself, actually, if you do your research, is responsible for Devo. You know, this knife made Kevin, aka Lefty, reach out to this designer, and the rest is history. You know, they've created a fantastic company. They've got a great bond. They know what they're doing. But enough of that. Kubi Royal would have definitely made the list, but as of now, it's on honorable mention. Okay, this next one needs no introduction. This is possibly the knife that is responsible for the front flipper craze and button lock craze. This is the Kaiser Coron, and it is a fantastic knife. You know, even now, this was released, I believe, in 2022, the beginning of 2022. I snagged it. This was the version I went with, which was the green micarta. We've got that beautiful, I think it's a beautiful blade shape. A lot of people don't, but I'm going with reverse Tonto, maybe even a sheep's foot, or rather a modified sheep's foot. But it's S35 VN, beautiful belt satin finish on that blade. Actually, that might be no, that's a belt satin. Super fidgety as a fuck. You've got your standard flipper. You've got the front flipper, and you also got that cutout. Ergonomically, it feels nice in the hand. I did swap out my clip for that titanium clip, but it is a legendary knife. I don't think it's going anywhere soon. I almost wonder if they will bring it back, like an updated version, you know, like a Cormorant 2 or something. I hope they do. But there's a reason why it's not on the list, because you've seen it before. All right, the last one. This one breaks my heart, people, because it deserves to be on this list. But this is the Pena Moola Sons of Liberty rendition, 1776. Don't you forget, goddammit. This one, what can I say? Pena makes, I believe, some of the best front flippers, hands down. I think they're the standard when it comes to front flippers. Just the way they give you so much leverage with that minimalist flipper right there. The type of jimping they use is a nice, soft jimping. You know, it does not tear. Look at them beautiful fucking thumbs. It does not tear the fingers up, but it gives you just the amount of traction you need. And then, you know, the leverage, back to the leverage, man. It's just all about the leverage. It's just boom, easy. Just as if you were lighting a goddamn lighter, you know. This version here has got the Tonto blade, M390 blade steel, beautiful belt satin finish. This one was OEM by Riot. We've had the compound grind with that nice hollow on the main, flat at the tip. The star of the show, though, are these fantastic lava flow inlays. It just, you know, makes that knife pop. And it also has multiple forms of deployment. You got them thumb studs, snappy goddamn detent. She flies out. comes right back to the house. That is the Pena Moola. So those are the 3 honorable mentions. Now let's get to the dope. We got 3, 6. I got 8 up in this piece, and I got these in order according to price. So these will be first time knives for these front flipper videos. This first one is the cheapest one on the list. No, wait a minute. My calculations are wrong. This is not the cheapest one. This one came in at about $1.30, something like that. But I'm not the biggest Tucson fan. I've got 3 in the collection, but they're 3 good ones. And this one is the 129. We've got this nice carbon fiber show side scale that is contoured, titanium lock side. Front flipper on this one is, you know, nothing that blows you away, but it works fantastically. It flies out there. M390 blade steel, satin finish on that blade. They've got their Tucson logo on one side, and I guess that's the maker's mark. This is a winner, man. You also got multiple forms of deployment because of the cutout. Yep, this is a good one. Tucson 129, great flipper. Okay, this next one I believe might be the least expensive on the list, but it's got some of the best action. Don't understand why more people aren't talking about it. This one is the Cavist Invert. Shout out to Jacob Lundquist. Love that, man. You can see here that it's very minimal, man. I mean, it barely sticks up over the top of those scales. By looking at it, you might think that, you know, it's not going to deploy as good as you would think, but it fires the fuck out, man. Black wash blade on this 14C 28M blade steel. We've got this straight back, you know, blade shape. I think some people call it a sway back. Full flat grind on the blade. This one was actually OEM from QSP. And then once again, we've got the multiple forms because of the cutout, titanium handles, stainless steel liner, tons of access to that lock bar, snappy goddamn detent. This is a winner, man. Don't understand. Well, actually, I'll tell you, the reason why I think more people aren't singing the praises to this knife is because literally right after this dropped, within a couple of weeks, I believe, the Veritas came out, and that stole the show. You know, the only reason why the Veritas isn't on this list right now is because I had loaned it out to my partner to review for his channel, and it's currently on its way back. But it damn sure would have been on the list. And that is the Cavist Invert. Okay, this next one is probably the second least expensive, but fantastic action all the way around. This is the Kaiser Clipper. Full disclosure, this was one that I did not think I would enjoy. I didn't even try to pursue it. This is a pass around. But now that I have it in hand, I really am enjoying it. This is a Tim Kingsford design. Nice modified sheep's foot apparatus. Beautiful black wash finish. Kaiser does some of the best black wash finishes in the game. 154 CM blade steel. We've got this canvas micarta, perhaps. Maybe linen. Kind of hard for me to tell the difference on that. Fantastic amount of access to that lock bar to disengage it. But you can also reverse flick it off that finish, you know. You get a little bit of traction from that black wash. Nothing blowing you away as far as ergos. We've got a very neutral design, but it works great. It really does. Super slicey blade. This one comes in, I believe, about 78 bucks. But this one, out of all the knives on this list you're about to see, this one does the flipper the best. You can see they give us that nice jimping, and it goes up and over the entire flipper. That's the way they need to be done, you know. Hence why the Cormorant was such a showstopper. You know, they know what they're doing when it comes to these front flippers. This is the Kaiser Clipper. Next one should come as no surprise. It's the unofficial knife of the overseas knife of the channel. I've got a love-hate, hate-love relationship with it, and this is the CJRB Echo. Front flipper, money. Also got the cutout. I love this knife so much that I bought 3 of them. First, I had bought the stainless steel version, ended up selling that. This one was the second edition. This is a Knife Center exclusive. We've got the titanium bolsters with that black micarta inlay, and it is a button lock. God damn it, those fucking button locks, they're in my life to stay, I guess. Beautiful satin finish on the blade. Modified sheep's foot apparatus. Blade steel on this is Artisan Cutlery's proprietary powdered steel, which is the AARPM9. I've had no problems with it. Great knife, and yeah, wonderful front flipper. That is the Echo. Okay, now we're starting to get into some premium territory as far as price goes. This one has blown me away. One of my favorite purchases this year, coming from a company that I'm all about, which is Migon. This is the Carrick 2. Knife so nice, I bought it twice. I ain't gonna shit you. I sold this knife to a partner, not this particular one, but a different version of it. And immediately upon boxing the knife up, I realized I didn't want to sell it. So I bought it again. We've got that same modified sheep's foot blade shape, M390 blade steel. This has a nice premium blasted finish on it. Look at the micro milling they did on this knife. This comes in at about 180 bucks. And what they're giving us for that is unreal. Titanium all the way around. This front flipper is a little bit bigger than the other ones, but it works just fine. If you choke up like I just did, you'll have a problem. You got to choke back a little bit, and boom, money. Fantastic action. You also have that cutout, so if the front flipper's not doing it for you, you got that other option. They even got that nice finger choil up there, which does allow for that full purchase, no refund. Full purchase, no refund. That's right. I think on the list so far, this is the only one that's got that choil up there. So that's a plus for that. That is the Carrick 2. Okay, keeping that same Migon energy. What about this one? Now this one, the only reason this isn't on the top of the list is because it is a single form deployment. But that single form of deployment is done exquisitely well. This is the Karai 2, and it's beautiful, man. I love these knives. You know, I've grown to appreciate the knives that when they're in the closed position, they're concealed for the most part. And that's what we have here. Also have this beautiful dimpled titanium handles. It flies out with fucking ease, man. You just got to rotate that finger. We've got this beautiful crown spine, M390 blade steel. Once again, that high quality blasted finish, traditional drop point configuration. Migon's crushing it, people. Keep your eye on Migon. They know what the fuck they're doing over there and what they're giving us for the price points. I mean, what other company's going to give you something this well built for 180 bucks? Maybe Kubi. You know, Kubi's doing a good job too. But yeah, Migon Karai 2, awesome front flipper. Okay, this next one I debated putting on the list, but that's only because I just got it. But the front flipper is unreal. This one is the Griffin Scout F3. Just unboxed this yesterday. It was love at first flick. I shit you not. Front flipper on this is using more of an aggressive jimping on it. But that being said, it does not bother my hands at all, even though I got some of the sexiest thumbs in the game. You also have that cutout on both sides, so you can, you know, if the front flipper gets annoying, you can always just give it a break and use that that cutout. We've got M390 blade steel with a beautiful stonewash finish. Got these shredded carbon fiber inlays, titanium build, nice geared backspacer. Action's official, like a ref with a whistle. D10 dialed the fuck in, she flies out, right back to the house. This is going to get a lot of pocket time, I perceive, but we shall see. When you constantly buy knives, you tend to neglect some of them. I hope that's not the case. This was one of the most expensive knives on this list, and that is the Griffin Scout F3. Okay, this last one is a good one. This is the Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger. Knife so nice, I bought it twice. And I am not shitting you on that. This one was the most expensive on the list. This was $350 all day, baby. But it's a good one. This was Jack Wolf's Knives first locking knife. This one has the clip point blade shape, full flat grind, S90V. That's right, you heard that right, S90V. I had these bolsters brushed by the young man, Knife Rainworks, aka Mr. Brett, and it's money. Riding on skiffs, you got your front flipper. This is more along the lines of that Cavist, where it's a nice minimalist front flipper. The jimping on this is, I would consider, like a medium grade, so it's nice and grippy. Detent, dialed the fuck in. You already know. Love this goddamn knife. Love the purple haze fat carbon inlays. Look at that full-length back spacer, which is supposed to be replicating a back spring on a traditional knife. This is just a gentleman's carry, and I love it. fantastic front flipper, the Gunslinger. There you fuckers have it. We have just completed the 3rd video in my illustrious career on front flippers. Yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, I guess I am a front flipper guy, you know? I guess they're here to stay, at least in my collection. I think across the board, you know, companies, they're making it for a reason, people, you know? Quit buying the motherfuckers if you don't like them. But I do like them. What do y'all think? Is there a knife that I missed? Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time, cut something, cut someone, just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers!